Hello everyone, welcome to Leading Edge Certification for the Digital Educator. Today your course starts and I just wanted to give you a brief little introductory review of what you need to do. So you will be working in two learning spaces when you are working in the course. You will be in Haiku. Haiku, you should have received a login by now. And in Haiku, over on the left-hand side, once you've gotten logged in, you will see pages. Now you won't see all the pages that I have here. You'll see the welcome page and the introduction page. You don't see the rest of the pages that I have. In the welcome page, there's a little caret that goes down and you can take a look at the syllabus, get a little bit of Haiku help, take a look at the assignment checklist, and do the getting to know you activity. When you click on Module 1 and you take a look down the middle stream, you will see information about Module 1. You'll see the overview. You'll see that there are 3 assignments: the discussion, an activity, and a reflection. Next is the objectives and then a link to the textbook. Remember that you will always be in 2 learning spaces. You're in Haiku, where you receive information about the course and you submit all of your assignments, and then you're in the textbook, which we'll take a look at in just a minute. Down below here are where you would submit your assignments. You saw that there were 3 assignments. Here's where you would submit for the discussion, for the activity, and then for the reflection. So let's take a look at the textbook itself. You'll click here on the link or on the book image, and you'll go to the textbook. Here's the textbook. The textbook is an open site. It's on a Weebly site. It automatically, because I'm in Module 1, took me to the Introduction Module 1 page. So on the very first page, I'll have an introduction, a little overview of Module 1. Again, we have the overview and the objectives listed. When I go up to the tab at the top and I hover over it, I have dropped down to other pages. I have the discussion page. Here on the discussion page, you have some information, some reading to do, a video to watch, some links to other information and the ISTE standards. And then at the very bottom, you have your first discussion question. Describe a significant lesson you have taught or observed that included the incorporation of technology and one or more standard areas from the NET's standards. So I have my discussion here. I can't do anything here. I need to go back to the course. So I go back to Haiku. So I'm just going to click because I have it open in another tab. I'm back here in Haiku and I see, okay, I'm in Module 1. Here's the discussion. I have the discussion question written right down here, and when I click on this little link down here, it will take me to the discussion thread. In the discussion thread, you need to, the first time you're going to post an initial post, is you need to click New Post. So I'm going to click New Post, and then I can type in right there a subject for this and type in my post. If I need to see more details about this discussion post, up at the top, there's all the information in case you forgot what you were supposed to be doing. Once I'm finished with my post, then I go ahead and I click Post. I'm going to go ahead and just type test here. Just testing the discussion. And I click Post. And now you'll see over on the far left-hand side, you'll see my name listed, and when you click on my name, you'll see my discussion post. If there were ever other people who had posted their discussions, you would see their names listed down the side. You can go into each person's discussion and read what they have to say. When I want to reply to a discussion, I just click on the person's name, and then right there is the reply. And I can go ahead and type in there. If you need to use bold or bullets or anything like that, the rich text editor, when I click that, will show up on the reply so that you have those tools that you had when you were posting your initial post. A word for best practices. Whenever I do a discussion post, I always write it someplace else. I write it what I call offline. I'll do it in a Google Doc, or I'll do it in a Word doc or a text document, and I compose there. And then when I have it the way I want it, I copy and paste it into my discussion forum. The reason that I do that is because if I'm typing directly into the discussion forum and something happens, my internet crashes. I walk away and somebody else got on my computer and closed down my screen. Just a number of things that can inevitably go wrong, you will lose everything that you've written. And so to alleviate that frustration, I write it someplace else, save it there, and then I come back over here and copy and paste it into here. It also gives me a second chance to read what I've written to make sure it addresses the prompt, it sounds grammatically correct, have checked on all spelling errors and things of that sort. Okay, so that's just a general quick overview of the discussion. So I've done the discussion. What do? I have to go back to the textbook. So I'm going to go back to the textbook, and I finished with the discussion area, so I'm going to go to B, the activity. And in B, the activity, again, I've got some readings to do, some videos to preview, I've got some links, and then I have an activity. And here is the activity which says to begin to develop or continue to develop your digital presence, you will develop an avatar using Voki. Introduce yourself to your peers and express why creating a productive digital presence is essential for educators and students. So you have a choice of using Voki, which is a cool tool, and I have some help resources for creating that. Or if you want, if you already have a digital presence out there, you can create or update an About Me page. You can attach a link to a website that you have. You can show your Twitter stream. But if you do one of these other ones, make sure that within that you still express why it's important to create a digital presence. Okay? And so you're going to post that in your wiki project. So I see the activity. I see the rubric down below. Again, I go back to Haiku. I scroll down in Module 1 to the Module 1 Activity Digital Presence. Here I have all the instructions again. I've slightly reorganized it to sort of bullet out the information for you. I have a link to some resources for you. This is just another page of resources that I've put together. And then when I'm ready, I'm going to click on View Projects. And again, I have the information there. And I believe the first time you do it as a student, it will ask you if you want to begin your wiki project. I don't have that feature here as the instructor, but it'll say begin your wiki project. And not knowing anybody in this course, I'm going to pick on Christina. Christina, I'm letting you know ahead of time, I'm just sort of clicking on your name, so it'll look like you've already begun this wiki project, just so I can show people what it looks like. And it says you haven't begun, so yes, I want to begin my wiki project. And this is what the wiki project page looks like. You add content to it. There are 3 types of content you add to a wiki project. Generally, you will usually add text on a page, and it'll give you just a little text block where you can write. You might want to add web links, so you can use the web links, or embed the web. Those are the 3 most common ones you're going to be using. For the Voki project, you're going to be embedding your Voki into here, and so I'm going to go ahead and click on this one and show you how it works. Okay, so I've gone to Voki. Voki is a Web 2.0 tool that you will need to create you will need to register and create a username and password for. Please select the free version. There are paid versions, but we don't expect you to do that. And in the module help resources, there's some tips for you on creating your Voki and what to look for. So once I've created a Voki, which is basically a talking avatar, here's a little Voki that I've created here, I'm going to, well, let me go into edit so you can take a look at this. So here I am, and I'm creating my Voki, and I'm adding the voice to it and customizing it and making sure it says what I want it to say. Then I'm going to go ahead and I'm finished. I'm going to publish my Voki. When I publish my Voki, you'll want to click on this Publish Your Voki down here, and it will give you both a link to your Voki so that people can go to it and view it, and it gives you this really long embed code, which you don't need to know how to read any of that. You just need to be able to copy it and paste it. And because most of the time we need to have it embedded in a secure page, I would click this little checkbox down below and then highlight the entire embed code, copy the embed code, and now I'm going to go back to Haiku, and I selected the embed the web widget. Right here I'm going to paste that embed code. I'm going to say next, It's going to give me a little warning here. Yes, it's okay. I give my block a title, my Voki, and the embed code, in case you're curious where it is actually down here in view code. Okay, but all I need to do now is say save. It will save my Voki. Oops, I didn't look at where it's at. I'm going to go ahead and drag it because I didn't want it to be off to the side. Let me drag it to the middle section here where it's nice and big. I have my Voki here on my page so that when I click it, I can actually view it and see my Voki. Everything that is embedded in your Haiku Wiki projects pages needs to be both embedded and linked. So I've got it embedded. Now I need to add the link. So going back to my Voki, I'm going to copy my link. I'm going to go back to Haiku. I'm going to add content block, and this time I'm going to choose web links. On the web links, I'm going to say anything you want, link to my Voki, and then down here it has a place for me to put the links. When I copied the link, I copied the whole HTTP, so I'm going to delete that so that when I paste it, I don't have, and if I'll go back to the beginning and show you, now I don't have it down twice on there. So I put the link over here, I put a label over here, my Voki, oops, and let me take a look at block placement this time, which I could have done before on the last one, and I don't want it down off, I want it maybe below my embedded Voki. And I click save, and now I have my Voki embedded and I have my Voki linked. And when I click on my Voki, I will listen and hear what I have to say about the importance of a digital presence, or I can link to it and go full page to my Voki. So this is what the Wiki projects looks like. Please email me as you have questions going through this. People who have never used Haiku have a little bit of trouble with this, so don't worry about that. Just email me when you're having problems. Okay, so I've finished my B assignment, and I'm moving on to my final assignment. So I'm going to go back to the textbook, and I've done the discussion, I've done the activity. Now I'm going to go to the third page, reflection. When I go to the reflection page, I have some information I need to read here. I see this embedded content about the technology integration matrix, which is great. I do highly recommend clicking on this link and taking a look at some of the resources in there. It's fabulous. And then, which you need to do anyways for your reflection. And then you read what the reflection is, and you go back. Again, I've got the information on the textbook. Now I have to go back to the learning management system, Haiku, where I post my work. I come back into Module 1, scroll down to the bottom, and here it is. I've got it detailed out again what you need to respond to in your reflection. Click the reflection post. It's going to be just like the discussion. I'm going to click New Post, write my post, and then finish. The only difference is I put the reflection in a discussion post, but you don't need to respond to anybody else. In the Activity 1A, which was a discussion, you need to respond to at least 2 other colleagues. So that's just a quick and dirty overview of the learning management system and the textbook to help you get going here. I'll go over this once again on Thursday when I hope to see many of you online in our Google Hangout. Bye!